Okay, so we are 100% mastered with place value. So we're going to back out into second grade. Adding and subtracting within 1,000 is going to involve a lot of mental math for me. And as I'm being a little bit scatterbrained right now, I'm going to do exactly what I said is a good idea for if you are feeling frustrated or if you're being overwhelmed by whatever reason. And I'm going to step away from the complex arithmetic and we're going to look at some other stuff instead. We're still going. But I think I'm going to save add and subtract within 1,000 for next time because I know that in the mental state that I'm in right now, I'd probably make a whole lot of mistakes and I'd probably be pretty frustrated by the end. So I think we're going to talk about money and time. And this is a really, really good one. I always love talking about money. That's not true at all. But it is important. We do live in a capitalist society. We do need our kids to know how to deal with money. And it's, again, one of the things that people complain about most when they talk about how the math that's being taught isn't practical. They say that we don't teach enough about finance and money and that sort of thing. And this is where it starts. We are starting to talk about money in second grade. Okay, identify the value of US coins and dollars. So we're going to talk about US dollars. It's interesting. I wonder if I were to use a VPN and VPN myself into Europe, would this be Euro coins? And would I be counting Euro money? I wonder. Anyway, we're going to stick with US money for now. But I mean, the general idea works the same for most currencies around the world. Yeah, most currencies have the value printed, boom, on the front and the back, usually many, many times. Look at this $1 bill. It says 1. There's ones with both the number and the name all over it. There is $1 written in words underneath. This is like one of our Khan Academies that we just did. They are writing 1 in as many ways as possible. This is clearly a $1 bill. Hey, that's a penny. And I'm old enough to remember when they didn't look like that. But I'm not old enough to remember what they looked like before this. Don't ask. It's 1 cent. But there's a thing that I want to talk about really quick. And it's kind of a side note, but it's really important, so I'm going to say it because it's a mistake that I see all the time, and it's a mistake that I see grown-ups make all the time. Okay? So check this out. A lot of the time, if you go to a fast food place, which you shouldn't right now, but if you do, a lot of the time you will see a sign that looks something like this. It'll be like extra ketchup, and it'll say something like this: 0.25 cents, or it'll just say 0.25 cents, or something like that. This is not what they think they're saying. What they think they're saying is 25 cents, but they're not. What they're saying is 0.25 cents. This is 1/4 of a cent. 0.25 is the same as 1/4. So if the sign says 0.25 cents, I should be able to give them 1 penny, like this penny right here, and I should be able to get 4 ketchups. What they think they're saying is either 25 cents or $0.25. 25 cents is indeed 1/4 of a dollar. It is 25%. We've used that word before. It is 25% of a dollar. So if you want to write 0.25, that is dollars. If you want to write 25, the whole number, not the decimal, that's cents. All right? Get it right, fast food places. But also, I see this all over the place, which is why I'm bringing it up. Units matter. There are 100 cents in a dollar, so 25 cents and 0.25 cents are not the same thing. They just aren't. They are very, very, very different. You can't just mix the two notations together. They're not compatible. If I say 0.25 cents, I'm saying a quarter of a cent. Anyway. Which coin is worth 10 cents? Well, that would be the dime. Which bill is worth $5? Look at the, it's interesting. They, the pictures of the dollar bills are very, very low resolution, and I imagine that's on purpose, both to dodge legalities and to make sure nobody misbehaves. There is a $20 bill below, and this one dime is 10 cents. Again, not 0.1 cents or 0.10 cents. What coin is worth 5 cents? Well, that would be this nickel. It actually says, if you look really close, 5 cents underneath the building. And that's coins and dollars. Awesome. Practical stuff. Yay, practical math, practical math. Count money, USA. Raj has 79 cents. So we just need to remember that a quarter is 25 cents, right? And a dime is 10 cents, and nickel is 5 cents. So let's see. If I have 79 cents, let's fire up the whiteboard. So this is 25 cents plus 40 cents plus 10 cents plus 4 cents. How much is that? That's 60, 70. That is indeed 79 cents. I can tell automatically that B is wrong. And actually, could you take a look at this? Can you tell me why? Not tell me, but think about why. Why do I know immediately that B is wrong? And it's because B and A are exactly the same, but B has fewer dimes. So obviously this isn't going to make 79 cents. I'm not going to go to the trouble of doing all that adding if I don't have to. I can just look at this and say, oh yeah, it can't be C either, because that's only one dime. Now yes, this says choose one answer, so I didn't have to go through that, but not all of these problems will say choose only one answer. So sometimes it's good to check all the other answers as well. The answer is A. Tao has $22. Well, let's see. Two $20 bills is too much already, so that's no good. 5 $4 bills, that makes $20, and two $1 bills. Now, really quick, I want to talk about this a little bit because what I'm doing is multiplication. But what your student will be doing is counting by 5s or counting by 10s, right? Especially with these dollar bills. And again, the game that I really strongly recommend is Monopoly. Even if you're just making change, you're doing an awful lot of math involving multiplication, involving addition and subtraction, involving counting by 1s and 5s and 10s and 20s and 50s and hundreds. Like, when you're dealing out money or when you're collecting money or when you're making sure that your, grandmother didn't scam you when she bought Boardwalk off of you, you should be able to count all of the money. And I would very strongly recommend teaching kids to count it out physically. Like, count it out physically instead of just laying it out and trying to do it in their head like I'm doing here. Seriously, if you have these problems in front of you and you have a student that you're trying to support, give them two $20 bills and two $1 bills and ask them how much is this. Give them that tactile sense. And of course, if you're super rich, go ahead and just give them real dollar bills. That's fine. It doesn't matter. They're in second grade. I'm sure they'll be smart with it. So $22 is 4 $5 bills and two $1 bills. Two 10s does get me to 20, but unfortunately 2 5s gets me all the way to 30. Khalil has $43. Well, let's see. This looks like 43 to me. Again, counting it out. I would count out 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43. I hope you can see that this is exactly what we just did with place value and counting up by 5s and 10s. This is just an expansion of what we already know. We're just applying it to pieces of currency instead of to just plain ordinary pure numbers. This one here, B, is 42, right? Not enough 1s. And C is 33, not enough 10s. The answer is A. What is the total value of the bills below? Again, counting it out, 20, 40, 60, 80, plus 10 is 90. Malik has 86 cents. Now, quarters are going to be a little bit tough at first. All right, I want to highlight that, like, we already have experience counting by 1s, counting by 5s, and counting by 10s, right? So dimes, nickels, pennies, we've got that covered, no problem. Quarters are going to be difficult for a bit, okay? If you can get a student into the pattern of 25, 50, 75, $1, then that's probably the best way to do it. Instead of trying to multiply 25 by 3 or somehow count by 25s, probably the best way to deal with quarters, since there's only 4 possibilities, right? You can only have 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, or $1. And after that, the dollar gets bigger, but the cents just cycles, right? 25, 50, 75, 0, because it goes to the next dollar. 25, 50, 75, 0, etc., etc., etc. That's probably the best way to teach quarters at first. Although, I don't know, I just made that up. So if you had a different experience, I don't know, how did you learn with coins? Let's keep going. So this is 86 cents, so that's 50 cents, 86, I believe it's B. And it is one answer, so here we go. What is the total value of the coins below? So we're starting at 25, 35, 45, 50, now we're counting by 5s, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. I see 59 cents. Abba has, is that Abba? I think it's Abba, has 92 cents. What set of coins could Abba have? 9 nickels and 2 pennies is insufficient. I think what they meant to say was 9 dimes and 2 pennies. That would work. 3 quarters, 1 dime, and 2 pennies. Ugh. Okay, so quarters, 3 quarters is 75, right? Just from the pattern. 1 dime makes 85, 86, 87, not quite enough to make 92 cents. It has to be C because it's the only one left, but let's double check it anyway. 3 quarters is 75 cents. In fact, I'll go ahead and I will put this one on the board. 3 quarters is 75 cents, plus 1 dime makes 85, plus 1 nickel makes 90, plus 2 pennies makes 92, which is indeed what we wanted to make. And that's counting money, US. Money word problems, US. I may try to VPN to another continent and see if I can do this with another currency as well. I think that would be interesting. But of course, if I did that, I'd just do it really, really fast, just to get people an idea of what money looks like from other countries. I wonder if that's a thing I can do. Anyway, Jameer has the following money in his pocket. So, and then he found a bunch more. Great. So now we're talking word problems. But they're not going to be super, super hard on us. They're going to give us some pictures to start with. It's going to be a picture problem at first. But I hope you can see how the jump from here to here is not actually that big, right? We're going from pictures to words, but it's not going to be hopefully that big of a leap. So let's see. We're currently at 25, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47 cents. I'm actually not going to count the pennies yet. I think I don't want to count the pennies until the end, because I know how to count by fives very easily when it's 0, 5, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. But if I add these two, then it's going to become like 22, 27, 32, 37. I want to stick to nice, neat 10s and 5s for as long as I can. And because this is addition, we are allowed to do it in whatever order we want. So I'm going to start by saying 25, 35, 40, 45 cents. Then I'm going to count the nickels, 50, 55, 60. Then there's 2 dimes, 70, 80. And now I'll count the pennies. 4 pennies, 2 pennies, I see 86 cents. I'm glad that was multiple choice because I wasn't 100% confident on my mental math there. So thank you, Khan Academy, for being multiple choice. You just made me look pretty good. Which is worth the most? That's important, right? When I was a kid, I was a baseball card collector, and my mom was super protective of me that I wouldn't trade away something and get a bad value, get a bad trade, which I never understood because I just wanted the cool cards. But it's the same thing. You see this like in jokes or in comics or something, like I'm gonna take that old, horrible, crumpled up $5 bill you got and give you these 10 quarters. 10 quarters, that's so many quarters. I'll take that $5 bill off of you. You know, that sort of thing. Anyway, which is worth the most? 2 $20 bills is definitely worth $40. 3 $5 bills is worth 15, and 32 $1 bills obviously is worth 32. So A is the correct answer. Kistrel is taking off for the night. That's okay. I very much enjoy having you here. Thank you very much for being here. I will see you next time. I'll be finishing up pretty soon as well. We're coming up on the 2-hour mark. Mandy was paid the following amount of money for babysitting over the weekend. That looks like 20, 40, 41, 42. So she's got $42 currently. I'm going to write that down because I think it's about to be relevant. Not there, though. And then she spent $18 on a new pair of shoes. So now we're back to addition and subtraction, right? We're talking about money, but we're also talking about addition and subtraction, and this is a pattern we're going to see a lot. Yes, we're talking about money. No, it's not actually a new topic. We're just using slightly different units. Okay, so this is the same thing. 40 plus 2 is the same thing as 30 plus 12. 12 minus 8 is 4, and 30 minus 10 is 20. So she should have $24 left. That's B. Which is worth the most? 42 pennies, 9 nickels is worth 45 cents, and 3 dimes is worth 30 cents. I'm going to say it is 9 nickels. Oh, and of course, I can't talk about money word problems without at least mentioning the classic riddle. I have 30 cents, and one of them isn't a nickel. What are they? And the answer, of course, is a nickel and a quarter. But you said one of them wasn't a nickel. No, the other one was. Yeah. Anyway, moving right along. We've got a quiz on money. Olga has 1 dime, 2 nickels, and 3 pennies in her purse, and then got a bunch more coins. So once again, I am going to count down from the highest value to the lowest value, even though they're kind of out of order. So I have 50 cents here with 2 quarters, plus 1 dime is 60, 65, 70 for these 2 nickels, 75, 80, 85 for these 3 nickels, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91. I see 92 cents here. You are allowed to choose what order you count in. You don't have to count in descending order. I do. You don't have to. Laurel has $71. Well, A is wrong. This would have to be one $1 bill, right? 7 tens and a 1 would work, but 7 tens and a 5 gives you 75. 4 $10 bills, 4 $5 bills were already out. Oh, no, that's not right. 4 $10 bills is 40, plus 4 $5 bills, right? So that would be 45, 50, 55, 60, and so that's 61, not 71. Unfortunate. So it's got to be C. 3 $20 bills is 60, 1 $10 bill makes 70, and a 1 makes 71. Which bill is worth $10? Well, that would be the one with all the tens on it. Which one is worth the most? 9 $5 bills is worth $45. Again, you can count it out, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, all the way up to 45. So 48 $1 bills would be worth more than that. That's $48. And 4 tens is just 40, which is definitely less than 48. I hope you can see how this is really meshing with the curriculum that we've been doing so far. This is the same kind of comparison we were doing, just we're using dollar bills instead of just comparing numbers. That looks like a 20 to me. Okay.